Today we're going to perform a cutout on this tree. It's been felled over. As you can see, we're right on the comb. We'll start the cutout shortly and put them in a box. Okay. So it's going to push a bit of smoke up into the hive for starters, just to get them settling down a little bit before we get stuck into it. Right here we've got all our gear laid out that we're going to be using for obviously capturing the hive. We've got a lid, we've got a bottom which is vented obviously, which helps to get any honey to flow out the bottom so we're not drowning too many bees. A saw, a couple of knives, a couple of crowbars to lever the hive apart once we've made our cuts, catch frames, and a staple gun, and obviously our frames we're going to be putting the comb into. Put the comb in here and seal it up with a couple of staples. So we'll start making some cuts and get it done. Also, the other thing we'll be needing today is, it's a good idea to have some nice leaves on little branches. I use them for picking up the bees and we're cleaning up the rest of the hive. And also some empty frames here to obviously when we start shaking bees into the box, it'll also help to stop them from coming back out of the hive once they're being shaken in. Okay, we've made our cut, our initial cut. It's going to give us access to the hive. We can already see brood down in this part of the hive, so that's a good place to start. We'll now go ahead and lever the top off. Okay, we've opened the hive. Obviously got a few cranky bees. From here and in we'll start to take the comb out. Okay, we've got the lid off, as you can see. Now we'll begin to take the frames out, put the brood into catch frames, and begin trying to get bees into the hive. Okay, we've got ourselves down to our brood here now, which is what we can see here. Our next step is obviously to cut out some brood and start putting it in catch frames. So we'll try and aim to take out the brood. Brood on the other side too. Also in this part of the hive we're obviously going to be looking for the queen. She won't be far away. We're not seeing the queen anywhere, not yet. So we'll cut this piece of brood out, get it into some frames, and keep going through the hive. We're going to take our brood now. We'll take our brood and we'll make some cuts. So here we've got some larvae, everything else, so we'll start our cut up high. Not much in that, it's only pollen, so we'll put that in our bucket. And we're going to take frame that's here. Obviously we want our comb to be laying up the same way that it was originally in the hive. We're going to put it up this way. We measure it out. Mark our cut. Brood in there like that. So a little bit here, so we'll put this in as well. Take that off. Mainly pollen, we'll break that off as well. Put that into our frame. We want one more small piece for here. nice big piece of brood. Obviously look for the queen again. The risk of losing the queen will shake these bees into the box. Okay. Nicely pollen at the top. Remember to put it up the way it come out of the hive.
It's on pet earlier.
Okay, we've got another catch frame now. We're going to go ahead and put some more brood in this thing. We've got a good frame of brood, so we want to keep that if we can. Turn the frame around. Once again, we just measure it. Make a cut line. Sorry. In. No brood in it. Pick another piece. Once again, we're around the queen again, so we'll try and get her in the box. The hatching brood going on here. And a few drones. So we'll cut off any excess that's got no babies in it. Once again, get our staple going. Drop that into our hive as well. We'll continue to keep going through and adding all the brood that we can get out into the frames, and then we'll start gathering up the bees and putting them back into the hive as well. Okay, so we found the end of the hive, the end of the last bit of it. We're taking out all this. Next step will be to start pushing the bees, brushing the bees down into the hive, and trying to get as many bees in as we can, then just tidy up the rest of the honey. Okay, we've got our branches here. We'll gently lift that up. We'll see just how many bees are actually held on the branches. Move the smoker, mate. So we just bring them over, take the bees down into the hive. Go back for round 2. Okay, we're here to mop it up now. Just trying to get the bees in. It's a massive hive. We're just cleaning up the outside of the hive and found the queen. She's in there running around. So we have to call that one a success. She was just sitting on the outside of the hive as we were just brushing them in. So we'll get the lot now.